Hey everyone, today I want to talk about the 2017 BP MS-150. First, I'd like to say that I was dedicating my ride to my paternal grandfather, Glenn Neal, who lived with multiple sclerosis. My earliest memories of him, he walked with crutches, and in the brief amount of time I knew him, by the end he was in a wheelchair. And also to Mr. Wayne Karcher, who I always knew as Mr. Karcher, my sixth grade teacher, who was a bit of a disciplinarian, but was probably the most effective teacher I've ever had. By the end of sixth grade, I knew the capital to every country in Europe, all 50 United States, Africa, everywhere. He used mnemonic devices all the time. I still remember to this day Holmes, here on Ontario, Michigan, Erie, Superior, because of Mr. Karcher. And so that's who I was riding for in the MS-150, my very first MS-150. Second, I want to thank my sponsors, those of you who donated so that I could ride, that enabled me to ride. I appreciate that, but most importantly, know that your money went to help to try to find a cure for multiple sclerosis, so that people who are told, hey Kat, that hey, you have multiple sclerosis, the very next thing that they can hear is, let's talk about your treatment options. And it's something that's going to come too late for my grandfather and probably for Mr. Karcher, but for those people who get to hear that, having gone through something very similar to multiple sclerosis myself, I can't imagine how great that day is going to be. So, my day involved more than just the 2-day ride, so let's rewind it to Thursday before the ride.
Good morning. It's 4:30 in the morning on Thursday, April 27th. If you excuse me 1 second, one thing we always did as I was growing up when we went on a big trip was before we left the driveway we would say a prayer. So just bear with me 1 second. Dear Lord Heavenly Father, thank you for the opportunity to do this. Thank you for the health and the ability to attempt it. Lord, I ask that you protect me and keep me safe while I'm riding, that you be with the drivers and make them aware of me and my surroundings, that you be with my family who worries about me while I do this, and that you bring us safely home together. In your name I pray. Amen. All right, so we're headed out towards Austin, which doesn't sound like a big trip, and that's not, but we are dropping our car off there on Thursday before the MS-150, and then the plan is to ride my bike back from Austin. So that's 171 miles today. In a perfect world, I'll be pedaling on the road by 8 a.m. and I'll be home before 6 p.m. So we'll see how that goes. Alright, so we're rolling out of Austin right now. I don't know if you can see it there behind me, but had kind of a herky-jerky start here, messing with the GoPro, stopping for stop signs, getting through downtown. It's nice here in Austin. They have a lot of bike-friendly stuff, a lot of bike lanes. Drivers are pretty bike-aware. But we're headed out east now. It's probably about 8 o'clock in the morning, and we're into a headwind all day long. Hopefully it won't be too bad. Probably stop in Bastrop about 40 some miles in for a water refill and break. So talk to you then. Alright, so we're in Fayetteville now. The headwind has played a pretty big role. I am very tired. Just ate a giant burger and some fries. And we've got about 30 miles to go until Belleville. I lost my sunscreen out of my pocket somehow along the way here. I'm going to have to stop over here at Jerry's General Store and buy some more. But I'm not sure we're going to make it at this point.
So I did make it, which was nice. I'm happy to be here, happy to be alive. So I considered taking Friday off of the bike.
Nope. No days off.
After the spin on Friday, I was ready to start the actual MS-150 on Saturday.
So we're here at Waller Stadium, day one of the MS-150 with Team Bima. We're getting ready to start. I think we're planning on rolling out about 8 a.m. Legs are actually feeling pretty good after the ride on Thursday. And it's pretty breezy today, but we're looking forward to a good ride.
The same dream I've been having every time I sleep alone. Starts off sweet, then it ends with something tragic. I get up and grab the phone, 'cause I need to hear your voice. Tell me it's all inside my head, that we're crazy in love, go back to bed. But I call every night that you're awake, 'cause I need to hear you say I'm never gonna leave you, love. We've just begun. You say you're never gonna understand, but I got a diamond for your hand. Now I don't sleep without.
So we're here at the second rest stop. You probably can't hear me real well. Our second stop, we stopped in Belleville. I don't know where we're now. Just past Industry. Don't even know if you can hear me, but it's been a real good time. There's a ton of people here. Even got a snow cone. What do I got over here? What do we got? M&M's. Gummies. He's got the good stuff.
Put your arms across my shoulders, 'cause I don't feel like I'm yours.
Nobody said anything about
All right, so we're at Fayetteville now. This is actually where I had the hamburger on Thursday. Feel much better today. You can see there's a lot more riders here today. Our group's doing pretty good. We slowed down quite a bit when we got to the hills, but that's to be expected. So far everything's going pretty well. Maya, Paige, how you guys doing? How's the ride going so far? You guys keeping that 24-mile-an-hour average up?
Sure.
Yeah. All right. Well, you guys enjoy the rest of your day.
No problem. You too.
And I cry at the thought of losing you, 'cause I don't know what I'd do. And I can't believe the massive amount of love that I received. And I'm scared that I'll wake up to a dream.
Woo, Bima!
here we are at the camp. As you can hear, I've lost my voice a little bit. It's raining outside right now. Hopefully it'll be done by tomorrow morning. I've actually developed a little bit of cough too tonight, which has me a little bit worried, but today was actually pretty easy, felt pretty good. A lot of people suffered a lot worse than I did, but this camp is phenomenal. Dinner was great. Facilities are awesome. And there it goes. Let's hope that that doesn't get any worse, because that would be the worst thing that could happen tonight. So, I'm just ready to get back on the road tomorrow morning. I'm ready to just get this done with, to be honest with you. Today was really good. Everything's been pretty fantastic so far. I was on the road a little bit longer than I wanted to be today, but it's been a pretty good ride. Alright, so we're about to start day 2. Trucks are getting loaded up with our gear to go back to Austin. Everyone's finishing out their kit and getting their water bottles topped off, tires pumped up. We're on an hour rain delay this morning. It rained really hard last night, all the way through the night up until this about 30-40 minutes ago. We're done with breakfast. It's really cool outside in the 50s right now, but it looks like it's going to be a gorgeous day, other than maybe some strong headwinds. So hopefully we have a good ride today. All right, here we are at the Cyclocross 150.
This is when those seat covers really come in handy.
You can see Mike out front up there, cyclocross expert. We're having to actually walk down to the main road here, so we don't want to gravel grind anymore. There's my biggest regret this year. The blob. Nobody was willing to launch me.
It's not too late.
Ron says it's not too late.
Go for it.
It's actually like 55 degrees this morning. It is too late.
Probably cold as hell.
Yeah. There's the dog that would not chase the ball when I threw it. Regrets.
See you, buddy.
Still guarding the ball. Alright, so here we are at the Bastrop lunch stop. So far it's been kind of a slow day. Didn't start out real well. We had 2 flats in our group, and somebody pulled out in front of us and slammed on the brakes. I was about 3 back from that and went down pretty hard. Knocked my front wheel out of true, got that repaired, but I'm a little scraped up, nothing too serious that I can see yet. We'll see how bad it is when I take the kit off. But we're hanging out in Bastrop at the lunch stop. It's like 10:30, so it's early for lunch, but we're gonna have a little snack here. Roll on, not too much farther to go. It's a gorgeous day out, pretty cool, low 70s. Very windy though, very windy. So almost done. Looking forward to the finish. Alright, so we're rolling into Austin here. Team Bema. Woo! Windy. It is freaking windy. I don't even know if you can hear me, but we're rolling into Austin. Bema's all together as a group. Not all of us, obviously, but we got a huge chunk of Bema people here. Rolling into town, finishing strong. Thank you, officer. We appreciate you.
It's hard to encapsulate an experience this large in a video, but let me focus on a simple concept that explains what I want you to take from this. There are times when politics overwhelm me with despair, when I see that we are more concerned with being consumers of this planet than stewards of this unbelievable, unfathomable creation, when we think that our finances or tax burden are more important than our morality. when it seems all but certain that the true values of our freedom and our democracy are being eroded from either side. There are also times when I feel like I'm not important or powerful or influential enough, that I don't make enough money or have the standing to make any real difference. But the truth is that even under the most morally bankrupt rulers and governments, in the most oppressive places on this earth, in the least free of societies, people can still show love to one another. In the bleakest of circumstances, hope always flourishes because there is no legislation, no authoritarianism, no standing army that can prevent people from showing love to one another, to those who need it, and even to those who do not deserve it. And love doesn't require importance or influence or even ability. It doesn't matter if you're a middle manager in IT who feels like you have no people skills. 100, maybe 1,000 middle managers with no people skills just raise money for people with multiple sclerosis. It doesn't matter if you aren't athletic, or if you can ride a bike, or whether you have money to spare in your checking account, or whether people gravitate toward your charisma. I feel like I'm a nobody who can't do anything sometimes. I haven't really done anything but ride a bike and make a video. But to those people struggling with multiple sclerosis, or who love or know someone struggling with it, this wasn't just riding a bike and making a video, was it? Some of my sponsors for this event didn't ride a bike or make a video, but they contributed invaluable funding toward research and their acts of love. All of us can do something just by showing love to those who need it. So the next time you pass that person on the corner begging, give them some dollars. Even if you suspect they might use it for cigarettes or alcohol, even if you truly believe it likely won't make their life better. Maybe it will. Maybe it will buy them one more day, the day that gets them to the something that turns everything around. We won't always be fortunate enough to see what happens with the seeds of love we plant. Maybe donate to the charity that regularly asks you but you routinely turn down. Just a little bit. Dig out those old outfits from your closet that you still like but you could donate. Smile and say good morning to a stranger who looks like they need it. Start small. Most seeds are small after all. What they grow into might not be. It might feel like all you're doing is pedaling a bike or making a video, or you're not doing much of anything at all. But for people who really need it, it might feel like you're doing everything. Don't ever feel like you're too small. Don't ever feel like your love is not enough or that you can't do anything. You can. And now, just listen as Team Biba finishes their act of love at the MS-150 2017.